Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at more petty revenge stories. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. When I was in high school, I was at a pasture party, cakes and drugs in a field in the middle of nowhere. It's a rural Texas thing, at a friend's ranch. We were having a great time until a group of older losers showed up and started harassing the girls, threatening to fight people, just being dicks in general. They were all early 20s, white trash burnouts, stereotypical, didn't graduate high school, knife in their back pocket, probably a pistol in the glove box, nothing to do, nowhere to be, crashing a high school party as adults, just asshole losers. Damn! Wow! That's very specific. A couple of friends and myself went to ask them to leave, and it escalated into a typical shoving match, talking competition. They left after realizing they were heavily outnumbered, peeling out very dramatically in their shitty old pickup. Like an hour later, I'm just hanging out when all of a sudden, I'm lights out on the ground. Never even saw what hit me. One of them had come back and had run up on me out of nowhere and absolutely murdered me with a sucker punch. He got on top of me and hit me many more times until a couple of my friends pulled him off. It really sucked. My jaw was effed up for weeks. It still clicks funny to this day. He chipped several of my teeth and I'm pretty sure I was concussed. Oh my gosh. Attempted murder. I graduated a short time later, moved away like everyone else who had options did, and never saw him again. Flash forward 20 years. It's a beautiful day in Austin, Texas. I'm filling up my nice new car with my lovely wife and perfect kids inside. We're dressed up a bit to go to a fancy brunch. I'm looking like the American dream. Out of another dimension, the asshole who sucker punched me 20 years ago is walking down the sidewalk 10 feet away from me. He's homeless, a drug addict, hopeless, bleak shit. I've often thought about running into him back home at the county fair, maybe getting him in a dark alley and kicking the shit out of him. No need, life had thoroughly done that for me. He looked about as rough as a person could. I called his name. He looked at me like I was some sort of space alien. He actually seemed happy to see me. He asked how I was doing and if I could give him a ride. I said I couldn't. I've got the family in the car. I asked him if he needed money. He looked really ashamed and said yes. I keep a few hundred in the console for emergencies. I pulled out a bill and gave it to him. When I did, he saw my family. I could see it hurt him, way more than a sucker punch hurt me. Be well, I said as I got in my car and drove away. For 20 years he had been some guy that viciously assaulted me for no reason. The only person on this planet I considered an enemy. Now he was just some broke down bum. The best revenge is living well. Exactly. That is the best revenge. Is living your life so good that the person who hates you is going to be envious of you. There are people out there who get so mad that you don't care about them at all. You know, that you're just happy living life. Even though they want to make your life hell, you don't care. And they get mad over that. But seriously, not even a sorry. He almost killed someone. And he didn't even say sorry. He didn't even apologize. Like, maybe if he apologized, life would have been better to him. You know? But nope. He never apologized, so he didn't earn the good karma. I went to a high school reunion last weekend, and while we were all reliving our glory days, this story came up, one that I had not thought about in decades. The two principal characters are Muff, a nickname based on his last name, and Dickie. He was not only a bully, but a total asshole. Muff gave me permission to use his nickname. Dickie would wait until Muff would put his lunch tray down on the table, sneak up and snatch his food, usually a sandwich or a burger, and take a huge bite out of it. Lots of laughter, and usually someone would tell Muff to just tear off a piece with the bite taken out of it, and then he could eat his sandwich. Muff refused, and on more than one occasion would just dump the tray and go to his locker where he kept snacks. He and his best friend plotted revenge. They tried different ways, and eventually came up with a sandwich overstuffed with tomato sauce that would explode when a bite was taken out of it. To keep it from leaking, they'll put a ring of peanut butter around the edges, disguising it as a peanut butter sandwich, and using the peanut butter to seal the edges together. The day they brought in the special sandwich, it was announced during homeroom that morning that picture day would take place 2 days later, so they aborted the mission until picture day. It went perfectly. Dickie grabbed the very plump sandwich, and the peanut butter held it together until he squeezed it while taking a bite. Tomato sauce came flying out, covering Dickie's hair, face, and the front of the white shirt and clip-on tie he was wearing, and ran down onto his pants, shoes, and the floor. When the lunchroom monitor rushed over and asked what happened, a bunch of us, I was one of them, told her that Dickie had stolen Marv's lunch and started eating it. Then it came out that Dickie has been taking bites out of Marv's food all year. Dickie was not allowed to eat in the cafeteria for the rest of the year, and his parents, who were horrified, voluntarily put money into Marv's lunch account. We never did see how Dickie's picture turned out. He didn't get to take his picture because he was embarrassed. Wait, that's such a good revenge. You know, it doesn't hurt anyone, but it just embarrasses Dickie. He gets what he deserves. An explosive sandwich. For 1 year, he would be doing this, dude. Taking bites out of Marv's sandwich for 1 year. I'm surprised that Marv didn't go crazy, because I'm pretty sure a lot of us would have. You know, we would have went crazy. I don't like it when someone else touches my food. So this happened years ago. My sister just got a driver's license. To celebrate, we together with some friends and family decided to take a day trip to the beach. There were a bunch of us, like 4-car load full of people. On the way there, all drivers were aware that my sister was a new driver, so everyone drove in accordance to the highway speed limit. My sister was at the back of the convoy, and every so often someone would check on my sister to make sure she didn't get lost or fell too hard behind. Being a new driver, she drove on the rightmost side of the highway as a courtesy to people who are way faster than her. It was quite busy and it was a 2-lane highway. There were lots of cars on the road and everyone wanted to drive on the passing lane. She drove the speed limit. There's this huge gap between her and the next car in front. There was this asshole driver, let's call him Richard, who decided to harass my sister by tailgating her, eventually overtaking, cutting her off, and then brake checking her. When Richard had enough of making my sister's life miserable, he decided to go on his own merry way. To our cousins, car 1 was directly in front of Richard. Car 2 matched Richard's speed beside him. My sister slowed down enough to let car 3 get behind Richard, eventually boxing Richard in. They then proceeded to drive at a speed slightly slower than the speed limit. We did this for a full 1 to 2 minutes, driving Richard up the wall, full on driving while honking his horn while everyone laughed like crazy. He eventually merged into the shoulder and proceeded to stop. We on the other hand decided it wasn't worth our time to pursue. Good times. Oh my gosh, so fun. Always the best kind of stories when your cousins get together. But no, seriously, what the hell is wrong with Richard? Like, go on your own way. You know, why are you trying to intimidate a new driver? Those kind of people suck. Seriously. I mean, this kind of thing would still make me scared. Even though I've got my license like 10 years ago. But like, you know, why? Why are you tailgating me, bro? Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!